Good evening, my lovelies. What it do, what it do, what it do. This Miss Yaakov coming straight from that Spiker Star, aka the Messenger, aka the Virgo Goddess, aka the Daughters of Zion, aka that Topaz Gem Sapphire. Hey, listen, always have a message for you, but it's up to you to discern what Miss Yaakov is trying to say. Remember, I'm just an outsider looking into your world, see things that you just don't see, okay? But dig this, the name of this is called a reaction video to someone's live I saw today in reference to government cheese. Okay, and let me just say this before I get started. It was a dude one time that came up to me and he was trying to direct me to get on government cheese, and this was saying all this stuff. So one day we was in an Arabic supermarket or a store or a deli, and I asked the Arabic guy, the Muslim Arabic man, I said, how many people in your family that's on government cheese, aka welfare? He said, nobody. Then I looked at the nigga, the Negro, the Willie Lynch. Okay, and I looked at him and I said, "Well, how many people in your family on welfare?" He like, I have a quite a few, but I wasn't trying to be funny." And then I said, "I know, you know what you have? You have a Willie Lynch mentality." And then he looked at me and was like, he looked at me and the Arabic guy was like, "Who is Willie Lynch?" Like he ain't know who Willie Lynch was. So you want to know what the Arabic guy did? He had him in a chokehold. Okay, he had that nigga, because that's what he is, a nigga. He has an enslaved, uneducated mentality, a nigga. He had that nigga in a chokehold, that Arabic guy. Had him in a chokehold. That nigga was gasping for dear breath. He said, yeah, this is Willie Lynch. Don't ever forget who Willie Lynch was. And then he let him go. Okay, and I said, see, now you know who Willie Lynch is? Okay, after that, he never in his life. And I told him, I said, don't you ever in your life come up to me trying to redirect me to some government cheese. Okay, I'm for liberation. Okay, I believe in self-sovereignty. That's what I believe. Okay, and I stand 10 toes down, okay, on whatever it is I believe in. That's what separates me from everybody else. I don't say I'm this, but turn around and I act like this and I'm doing that. No, I stand 10 toes down. That's what I am and who I am. But nonetheless, that nigga looked at me. He was like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I thought I was helping. I was just trying to help and yada, yada, yada. And was just saying all this stuff that didn't make an ounce of sense. Back to this individual that live that I saw today in reference to this government cheese. Okay, I mean, he sounded like he was proud. But what you want to know the sad thing about it, about this government cheese? It's nothing more than scraps, table scraps off somebody else's plate. That's what that is. Table scraps off somebody else's plate. You should think highly of yourself not to eat scraps off somebody else's plate. You should have a 4-course meal, not scraps off somebody else's plate, okay? That's what government cheese is, okay? Scraps off somebody else's plate, leftovers off somebody else's plate, okay? They get the best part of the animal and give you the worst part of the animal. That's what that is with that, okay? You shouldn't even want no scraps off nobody else's plate. This planet is too big and too limitless to eat scraps off somebody else's plate. Another thing was this before I break on out of here, okay? Because no, I don't believe in all that. I believe in self-sovereignty and I believe in liberation, okay? There's a lot of things that go on with this government cheese. They only give it to people who they control their minds, okay? They took the shackles off your feet and your ankles and your arms and they put them on your mind. It's nothing more than control. They control the mind of their sheeps. Okay? And I don't believe in that. I'm not sheep. I'm the goddess, not sheep. Okay? That's where they get it twisted at. Okay? You can't call yourself a king and a beast and you eating scraps off somebody else's plate, leftovers off somebody else's plate. That just doesn't make any ounce of sense. You can't say it is, but you act like that. Okay? If you claim you a beast and you a king, you got to stand 10 toes down. And rule number 1, you don't eat table scraps off nobody else's plate. Get the 4-course meal, not table scraps and leftovers off somebody else's plate. Get the best part of the animal, not the worst part of the animal. But nonetheless, I seen this individual live today before I get on out of here, okay? And he was talking about 2 things he know how to do. He know how to hustle and he know how to fight. Okay, let me just say this. We in going into 2026, you need some survival skills. If he don't have no survival skills and he's eating scraps off somebody else's plate with government cheese, okay, that nigga can't fight. He can't fight. He can't survive without government cheese. You saw what I had for dinner? Even if it didn't taste the greatest, guess what? It was nourishing and it was healthy for my immune system. My organs need to function properly. I can't afford to be feeding my spirit garbage. You are what you eat. Okay? But nonetheless, he can't fight. He can't fight because he's not bigger than the program. And if he can't survive without government cheese, guess what? He's finished. He's done. This planet is too big. You want to know what it is with niggas like that? They all want to eat. They all hungry to eat and starving to eat. But they bring nothing to the table for the feast. They want something given to them. Why don't you go hunt for something? You heard what Cardi B said. She telling the females, go hunt for a skunk. Go hunt the skunks. Do something. Yeah, go hunt. They want government cheese. They want the government to give them cheese, leftovers off somebody else's plate. But they don't want to go out and go hunt for it to bring the food home. When you look at the animal kingdom, you see the ducks and the geese and all that. They bring food home to their families to eat. They don't wait on a veterinarian to feed them. No, they bring food home to their families. And that's how it should be. Go out here and get it. Go to the ocean and go get the food. There's plenty of food and nourishment in that ocean, in that water. That's just how it is with that. Okay, but anywho, I'm about to get on out of here. And another thing is this with this individual. Okay, we living in a time where you gotta have some skills. You got to know how to build a house. Not want somebody to give you one, but build a house. You don't have no type of survival skills. If you don't got no type of survival skills, there's no way that you can win this war out here. And let me just say this. They're not printing no more money. So whatever it is he got for his government cheese, okay, make no mistake about that. He better be like Mariah Carey and Keith Sweat and make it last forever. Okay, because they not printing no more money. Okay, to fund feeding him and his cub. Okay, that's all on him. Anywho, I'm about to get on out of here. Just that Spiker star, the brightest star of the constellation. Since he claimed he could fight, it ain't gonna be no more money left. He gotta put up or shut up. And that goes for people on retirement. Don't tell me about your retirement. Doesn't care about your retirement. The money has to get turned in. The paper money has to get turned in. And that's the end of that. Anywho, this is the Daughters of Zion and Spiker Star. Brightest star of the constellation. Looking into your world, see things that you just don't see. I'm going.